afternoon, YouTube, and happy Easter, depending where you are. As you know, Easter Sunday was yesterday, but in America, most places will celebrate the Easter Day on Monday because the fact is the day can take off. Some will take Good Friday off, some will take Monday off. It's all depending where town you stay in or what state you stay in. So, anyway, folks, I want to wish y'all a happy Easter set again, and I can work y'all coming through. And this is MuscleTalk Monday, episode 131, and I'm being solo to, today. I mean, my partner he sent me a message that he won't be able to come in today, and I know, I understand. The young man he has a job, and sometimes life can be busy, and it's just one of the things that happen. So anyway, you see the storyline we have going on. We'll be talking about the prospects that are coming in for 2023. There's a lot of competitors who just ended pro cards last year. Many will probably sit out for personal reasons, to be able to grow and develop as competitors. Others, they want to hit the boots, they want to hit the grounds, they want to hit the ground running. They don't want to sit out. They want to take the opportunity to see how to stack up as IMP Pro. But also, we have these competitors who are competing this year with some returns. Some people we haven't seen in a while. Some people who've been missing action, and some people who just we had a pretty good stellar year. So anyway, if anyone's interested, as I know a lot of you are, if you want to come in and sit down with me and give your thoughts and how you feel, who is possible a top prospect for this upcoming year, I'm gonna leave a link in the description if you are interested. Let's see, wait, got that. I thought I had the link. Okay, and I'll leave the description and I'll shoot to you. So if you're interested in want to come in, just click it, and I'll bring you in. But you have to be serious and sincere about this situation. Now, as you know, right now, the bodybuilding season truthfully, for both divisions, women's bodybuilding and physique, hadn't really started yet. There's been some shows going on. Most of the shows have been with other divisions, such as for women's, Mozilla Bikini, wellness, and some shows of figure. Other than the amateur shows, you know, those are the up and comers. I talked about the other week where we talked about the Jordan Grace. As you know, she just made her bodybuilding debut, and she did pretty good. I mean, she did amazing. You know, she, her first show and winning as a new bodybuilder, winning as in the top levels of a competitor. I mean, she's really doing good. So, like I said, congratulations, Jordan Grace. So, I hope to see her more in the future. You know. So, right now, we've been focusing on uh, competitors that are returning this year for the season, competitors who are, maybe coming in brand new. Sound muffled. It might be something my. Let me check it out. Does that sound better? I might need new headphones. Sounds better? Yeah, I think it's just sometimes it's the headphones. I need to get myself one of those professional level headphones. It's going in and out like this. Yeah. Hello? That sound better? Yeah, it sounds there you go. Yeah, I think it might be just the headphones. Give me a minute. Let me do something real quick. I think I got a pair here in my room. Wait a minute. It looks like it sounds better. Sometimes the sound goes pretty good, but it sounds like. But yeah, appreciate that. Raheem Hamilton, he just dropped that. I sound a bit muffled, and I appreciate him for coming through. Yeah, it's one of the things that happen, especially when you're dealing with technology. But anyway, as you know, there's some prospects that's coming in, especially for both women's bodybuilding, uh, women's physique, and I might even talk about some figure competitors too. Because figure, as I said again, I feel like this: figure, women's women's physique, and women's bodybuilding are the true muscle divisions compared to bikini and wellness. Those are more as I said again, the teen divisions, and those divisions are getting more recognition. As you know, the last few years, they've been cutting out some of these divisions out of the shows. Figures still in there because it's considered more of a feminine division compared to the other two. But even now, they pushed it out of the Arnold, and even I think there's some shows don't even have women's figure, but I see it kind of like closer to women's bodybuilding in the good part of the early uh, 90s. There's some physique competitors that strongly compared to some competitors from that period because they wasn't as developed as compared to now. So anyway, there's some women I've been following, and I'm saying they have some prospects. Maybe we have some Olympia level competitors. Now, one name we'll start off with is who last year who switched from physique to women's bodybuilding, and that is one Mrs. Sherry Priami. And Sherry, I mean, this woman, she's in her mid 40s. She's a mother of three kids, and she competed last year before that was 2020 in physique at the Tampa. I think she won in Masters, but didn't get a pro. Didn't get her. I think did she get went to Olympia in 2020? I'm trying to remember. I know she did a show where she possibly won that show, the overall, or she just won the Masters. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while. And Sherry is impressive. She had 16 points when you still had the point system. 16 points. And all she needed was just maybe a few more points to qualify, um, you know, in for the Olympia. But she missed it because I heard that one of her children was sick. And as a good mother, she needs to spend more time with a child. I say, here he goes. Wow, how can I get with any one of these female bodybuilders? Wow. Raheem, you really have to really, really be genuinely interested by these ladies. These ladies, they go through a lot, and they have to deal with people, being weird. But if you can be just a genuinely cool guy and really have something in common and maybe interest, maybe you can maybe find maybe get away. But you have to be really, really serious and respect them as a woman, not just as a bodybuilder, but also as a woman. People can fit that part, you know. But anyway, I'm telling you, like I said, it's a good shout that, where she's been looking like, um, we might see possibly Sherry probably qualify for the Olympia. As you know, she was physique for a good while, but she decided to make the switch after, last year. And she did an interview with the Female Bodybuilding Channel, which said she wasn't really training for physique for women's bodybuilding. But as you know, when you get over 40, it's harder to, to try to maintain because physique competitors are a lot smaller, and and it's supposed to be more different by condition. But way she trains, you know, Sherry trains heavy. She trains really heavy, and she, her body, as an older competitor, you hit that muscle maturity. And I think it's maybe it was a good move for her to go up because she's staying physique. She wouldn't do as well. She would place low in shows. You wouldn't, the judges would tell her. The judges would probably tell her, "Hey, you need to go up." Because the way you put on the size she's putting on, she still needs some work up front about the legs, but she's working on that. And she got good lat development. Look at the shoulders; she has those muscle bellies. I mean, she has good detail. And I think, like I said, she is going to be one of these women that's on the lookout. I mean, I follow Sherry. I love my man. The female body channel interviewed her. My man David over at female body forum. He interviewed her. I would love to interview her. If she's interested, I might send a shout out to her if she's interested. But she's a very impressive woman. I mean, she has good conditioning, good size. She was, you know, um, good to chill. My man, this is my man, Raheem Hamilton. He says, I'm not a wired guy. You mean you're not a weird guy. So that's cool. You're not a weird guy, so these ladies like it. And and he also says, it was what Raheem said, like he says also, this is what my man Raheem says, where is this? It's called, wow, she is sexy. And also she has a boyfriend. People be funny, like be like, oh, you're like, these women don't have no men. A lot of these ladies have a boyfriend and a husband. You'd be surprised. Or some have a girlfriend or wife. People I know like Sherry, like Rashina Boswell, and a couple of ladies I know who are, lesbian who have relationships with women, But there's quite a few women in sport who have, significant others. But yeah, she has a great look to her. She has a great high attractive look for her. I think this is her. This is a dude right here. Look like a pretty big dude. I think he probably trains. He might compete. I mean, he probably used to compete. It's good to find when you find someone. They were at the Olympia last year. As you know, Olympia was in Vegas. There goes Big Rami. You know,
They're together. I mean, she has a nice smile to her, great look to her. You know, she has good aesthetics. Which is I think it was someplace that was probably out at the backstage and Olympia. We're probably taking some pictures here and there. Just some no familiar faces stand out. This is probably just people getting into the venue. Stand out here. There he is. You know, but she really can you see how much she changed over the years. This is from 2017. I think she competed as a figure for a hot minute, and this is 2022. We really see how the aesthetics have changed over the last 6 years. She started competing. You know, and she, like I said again, she has a great look, and she knows she's going to be doing the Vancouver Island Showdown. This is from backstage from the Atlanta show where she made her debut. Look at the conditioning on her. She took second at that show, second to Michaela. And her condition is like you know, spot on. She could have. I think if she picked the right show, if she can get her qualification for the Olympia, it could be at the Vancouver show. It's a stacked show. I think as I already seen at least about 6 or 7 competitors already. Where last year was only just Eva Montgomery. But like shit, she looks. Look at the back of her back. Look at wow. I mean, shoot. But Sherry looks amazing. She is possibly a contender. You know, He says, okay, she has a boyfriend. I say she's sexy. I know the same, but I can say I know she says she's sexy. I mean, sexy say she, I can't say she's sexy. She can say she's sexy. You can say it, but just wanted to know if you it's just want to know that she has a man. That's all I'm saying. You know, you can say you're sexy. You can say she's sexy. You just want to know she has a man. You know, but Sherry is a contender. I think she has the look they want to see in women's bodybuilding. Very attractive, great aesthetics. But like I said again, she needs to bring a little more size in her legs. She has kind of a short torso and long legs. And that's the thing is that, if you can bring in the leg size with much as the upper body, you can do pretty good. I know I've seen some ladies who have great, impressive, aesthetics, but just need to work a few things. And that's most definitely she needs because her, like right about the quads, are kind of small. You know, now, I'm like I say, she's very impressive. I'm going to move on to some other people who I think might be, like I said, some contenders this coming season because it just doesn't take much to jump here and find me. So let me see. Let me see. Follow through here. Let me see somebody who I saw that I think. Let's see. Most definitely. We talked about her several times, and that is, you know, Angela Yao. And we talk about Angela quite often. Angela is very impressive. Out of her first Olympia, she got second place, second to Andrea Shaw. Now we talked about Angela Yo before, and she's very impressive. She has a great look to her. You know, we're here just coming in is Justin Walker. Angela, my girl Angela Yo. Yeah, I know that's your girl. Yeah, she's your girl. She's everybody's girl, Justin. And Angela's very impressive. Now, she did pretty good. Her first Olympia. She won her first pro show after, she turned pro back in 2019. And that was almost 3 years ago. Her first pro show, she was a physique competitor, but she switched over from physique to women's bodybuilding. And like I said, she's done even where she mentioned how she's a power lifter. She does a lot of powerlifting. And that's probably the reason why she made the switch because she knew that she was getting bigger and bigger. You do a lot of powerlifting, you're gonna put on more size, you know. And maybe that was a good move for her to switch from physique to bodybuilding, you know. But she's very impressive. And she's very artistic. She's also about her background. She's half Japanese, if you know that. She has that very exotic look about her. One thing is she does need to put on more size because standing next to Andrea, she does have good condition, but that's the one thing that really I think that probably hurt her, why she couldn't beat Andrea because Andrea just sorry Andrea, sorry that's how it's pronounced. Andrea is just overly just great, just not just being great muscle, but also being highly attractive. And she has good, if she can put on more size in the quads and also, upper body work, she's impressive. I know y'all guys look at from the back. She has a nice set of glutes and good muscle detail. But like I said, it's gonna be tough to beat Andrea. But I think I think she'll do well. I think, as you know, she already qualified for the Olympia, so she don't really need to do anything else. Just sit back and just work and condition, unless she's going to do a show. And I feel like this: if she does a show, this thing is, this is my personal opinion. I think she should just sit out and just wait for the Olympia. Like I said, with so few shows for women's bodybuilding, and she's already qualified the Olympia, just sit out, work on your size, work on your conditioning, and do the Olympia. If you do any more, if you do any other shows, it's gonna hit your shit. Man, Raheem has a question. You he says, what's this? Why is this thing so slow? Yeah. He says Andrea single? Nope. No, I think, yeah, she's single. I believe she's single. I didn't see anything about no man or anything. But she never said. But you never know. Some women keep their boyfriends on the low. They don't want everybody in the business. But I think because she's busy, she might be. She might have She might have somebody. She might not. I think she might not. It's all depending. You can check her. She don't post on social media. Some people like to keep their lives private, even on social media. Dustin Walker says girls to look out for: Sherry Priami, Christina Mendoza, Angela, of course, and Michaela Aycock. This year will be the headliners of the 2023 Miss Olympia, possibly. But you still can't forget, you still have Hella Trevino, who's still in there, unless Hella comes off, then and then also a couple others that's up and coming. But yeah, shout out those. But yeah, he also says um, Angela has potential, no doubt. She has potential. She's very impressive, and it's Justin mentioned Michaela Aycock. Now, Michaela, like I said again, she's still. I think with Michaela, she'll probably do fairly well, but in my mindset, she's still lacking with some things. Things that, especially, um, one thing is she is on the shorter side, and she's really short, being that she's only just 4'11", and if she can really work on some things like be it conditioning or size, it's all about it's all about what she can do. Her physique is kind of just it's kind of just you know it's just kind of she has a good physique, but it's I think the issue is her height. So we can find Michaela. Let me just go through this. Wait. Yes. You see. Here we go. Now, with her physique, she, she's impressive, muscle wise. But the thing is, I think also thing is her height. The height might be the thing that be the issue. Because, I think, yeah, let's say Hella, yes, yeah, you can't forget about Hella. Even though she didn't come in the best condition she has in the past, Hella is still in the game. But Michaela, she has an impressive physique. Some things. Ooh, like I said, the thing is, the issues, but the big issue is her height. Is Michaela's only 4'11". That's pretty short, and her condition is pretty good. And also, she's young. I think Michaela's I think she's gonna be 28 this year, and it's depending how long she's gonna stay in this sport. She's been competing since her early 20s. She was a physique competitor, for a good while. She's been a multiple time Olympia competitor. She has been in the top 10 in the last two Olympias for women's bodybuilding. And, she has good aesthetics, very wide, look, good, because she's shorter. She can really put on the muscle, especially when the quads. She has more of a shorter torso, wide in the body. The top. There's really not much she can really do. I think she's at her limit because of the fact that she does have issues with her height. You know, man, Michaela Acock is fire. Woman is fine. Yeah, she's all right. She also has a boyfriend too. But yeah, I know he is. That's what you know. But she's very impressive. But it's gonna be tough for her. Like I said, I think the height for a good bodybuilder is between, I would say, 5'3" to 5'5". Anything taller than that, it's harder to keep those aesthetics up. Because you're taller, your limbs are a lot longer. It's a lot harder to put on that muscle and size. People like Tina Williams, who I'm really cool with. Tina, she's kind of on the taller end, and and some other women like Asha Hadley. She's like about 5'8". I think a couple other ladies who are in that much taller region. It's harder to put on that muscle and conditioning. You have to really work on the size. You know. But you know, but it's just she has those great aesthetics. And she's making, like I said, but what more can she do? As I said again, it's not a lot she can. Like I said, her issue is that the fact that she is shorter, and it's a lot harder for these shorter women. But like I said, she has a great physique. Can't deny it. But now I think, he said, like he says, yeah, it's my man Ryan. He says she got a man too. Yeah, I told you before. A lot of these ladies have, you'd be surprised. A lot of people don't think that a lot of these women, bodybuilders can pull a dude, but a lot of them do. A lot of them have a boyfriend and a significant other. It's how it is sometimes. But but like I said, Michaela, like I said, her how she's gonna do, how she's gonna place, is all a possibility. That's I think that's him right there. In the picture. It might be somebody. But it's all about how she's gonna do, how she's gonna place. You know. Now I think with Margie out of the way, there's a good chance that Michaela might crack the top five. She was six last year. She's right behind Bronca. But she now that Bronca has retired, because I follow Bronca still. Bronca shouldn't retire. She can come back. She was close. She was close. You know, she could probably get an opportunity, but like I said, she made a choice. But Michaela could probably crack the top five. But you got to be in the top three to get the qualification for next year for the Olympia next year. But like I said, but she's still young. Like I said, she'll probably push for maybe 3 or 4 more years and say she might finally retire. It says like here, man. It says Michaela's stomach vacuums are fired to its early mandatory pose she does. Every mandatory pose, yeah. Okay, yeah. I don't like the vacuum thing. I've never been a fan of it. It's like a throwback to the like guys like Arnold and them. He used to do that a lot. I've never been a fan of the vacuum. You know. Now, one person I've been, like I said, thinking about lately, and that is I'm a fan of hers. I think she would do pretty well in depending what division she falls in. Let's see, I'll pull up real quick because that is where is she? Because I put on this is Ashley Jones. Now, Ashley, she qualified for Olympia back in 2021, but because she got sick, she couldn't compete, so she had to drop out. And there's been talk about Ashley maybe moving up. Even Andrea mentioned it that Ashley should consider moving up. But like I said, she's been competing for quite some time. She was a fit competitor. She made a switch about 2 years ago um to physique, which got her first Olympia qualification, and she can do it. Oh, we got here coming through here. You know. Also, we get to what's the Justin says here. I said Justin just dropped something. Let me see what you say, Justin. It's hard to believe she's in her mid 20s because I initially thought she was in her 40s. Yeah, yeah. You would think, but she's young. She's still young. This man KL the Wanderer, he just popped in. You know, what's up? Yeah. Hey, if you want to join me, I'll drop you a link. He says, yeah, all the simp star team. well, you're one of the reserve members of KLA. But if you're interested in coming on, I'll drop you a link because I'm doing solo today. My partner's not coming in, so I might have somebody bounce some stuff off of. So I'm gonna drop you the link, and if you want to just click it, and you can come in whenever you're ready. But I just did, and you know, Ashley's impressive. She's like I said, she's also on the young side. She has a great physique to her, great look to her. If she ever consider go over to bodybuilding, she might need maybe a year or two to stew a little bit more. She has a great overall look. She's not as big, but she's getting close to that. And she qualified 2021, but she couldn't compete because she got sick. She qualified 2022, but took 11th. You know, so I don't know what presentation she could have if she had qualified for 2020, if she had competed 2021. And it's her, and these other ladies. You look for me, it looks, these faces some other ladies. I think one lady I recognize her, but I forgot her name. But maybe reach out to these about do some interviews. But Ashley has a great personality. I think there's maybe some clients they'll ask for a better weekend, especially with the big part of the rest for a team. This is probably her teammates that probably team is fine. You know, amazing women. Ashley has she has that great kind of next door look to her. You know, she has good qualities about her, good aesthetics. You know, it's not Ashley, but she puts in hard work, and as she's also a coach and a trainer. This is some pictures here. I think she did a seminar a while back. You know, and like I said, Ashley's also young. I think she's only been competing as a pro for the last 4 years, I believe. This is her working at a. That's her and another competitor right here. That is uh Anna Harris, and Anna, she's very impressive. But I think with Anna, her aesthetics, I think she might do well in figure more or less in physique. But it's all depending. She's she on her pro card about a couple years ago at the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. We just got somebody just popped in. We're gonna bring him in a minute. Just heard the pop, and we'll bring him in a minute. And it's my man KL the Wanderer.
Hey, what's up? All the simp in the house. What's up?
Hey, don't be calling nobody simp if you want to. So keep your mouth shut.
Yeah,
Watch
I'm the
your mouth.
biggest simp.
Yeah,
I'm
watch your mouth.
the
Watch your
simp.
mouth. Watch your mouth.
I'm the simp. All stars representing.
Yeah. Oh, we got here my man Lar. Lar came through. Hi George, long time no see. No time no see, brother. See how you doing? Also, my man Raheem Hamilton saying, "Damn, who is single then?" Oh, well, if you follow social media, you should find out. I don't think Ashley got a man. I haven't seen anything. She hasn't posted any pictures with no dude.
What was that? Oh.
Hmm?
No, I was gonna ask, what was that you was showing with the women, what they was posing, practicing, they
Yeah,
posing?
there was a posing clinic.
Oh, okay.
Ashley was taking part of. The lady right beside her was Alma Harris. She competed last year. She did a couple of shows. She qualified for Olympia back in 2021, but she also won the women's physique at the Arnold Classic for the amateur back in 2021. And she
Okay.
competed that same year and qualified for the Olympia. But last year she didn't qualify because she took second to Jenny Feldman at the Tampa. See, that's why I'm good about learning my history about this story. That's what I'm good at. That's why I'm top. That's why I'm the best. That's why I'm the Lord of the Wall. Bow to the Lord of the Wall. And also, my man Raheem got a question to ask. Says, is Eva is I hope Eva's single. Oh, Eva Montgomery. I know Evil doesn't have a man that because we used to talk a good bit on IG. She never said about anybody. She might be
Mm.
single. You can check it out, Raheem. You know. Also, Raheem has this thing like this. He said like, you know, this is Raheem also saying like this. Wait, I just thought, can I be the side dude? I cool with that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to be no side man. If the main man finds out about you, Raheem, you might be in some trouble. And I don't
Mhm.
want no trouble. I don't want to share no woman with nobody. I want my own woman. Also, this is
Yo, this
just
is show. This is how um a polygamy not a polygamist but a female polygamist.
that's just a polygamous period. There's no such thing as female. It's polygamous.
No,
Doesn't matter
it's a
what your
female
sex.
polygamist. Is I mean like but it's not polygamous. It's not the word they something, but it's
Polyamorous. You mean
poly,
polyamorous? That's more
yeah.
like that's not really called. That's more like somebody in a relationship with multiple people at the same time. Everybody knows about it. That's polyamorous.
No, like two, like one,
Yes,
like
I know
two
that's
dudes.
and one chick. Yes, that's polyamorism. That's like sometimes you might have more than one dude. You might have three, and they all
They
know
got
about
this.
each other.
They got this show called seeking brother.
Husbands.
Seeking brother husband or some shit.
Oh,
And they be showing these dudes with these what being like sharing one woman and stuff like that. And then some of them they don't like the idea that the other woman seeing other people, but she not even paying them no mind, and she just doing her thing. And
yeah.
I'll be watching. It's funny.
This is my thing. A woman's more capable to satisfy multiple men than a man to satisfy multiple women. Because
Mm,
women have more holes than we do. We just have one thing. We have at the most we have our hands, our mouth, and our tongue. That's about a tongue and our little man between our legs. That's about it. A woman can be with multiple men and not even break. Guys, it's hard to maintain multiple relationships. Because it's a lot of your mindset. You got to keep things in order. Women are good at multiple tasking. We have somebody that came through here. I'm
I don't
surprised.
know about that, but
This is my girl, Ashley Corners. How you doing? Auto Rage page blessings. And Ashley, she does content on boxing. Been over her site many times to sit there and commentate. And a shout out to her. Appreciate for coming through, Ashley. And she says, you know, 100. She must be, it must be her Easter day off. So I'm getting a lot of people coming in here. I really appreciate you,
mm.
Ashley, coming through. My man, so this, my man, Justin says, uh, Ashley Jones is luscious, dark, beautiful chocolate delight. Man, oh man.
And she married though.
I don't know if she is.
You don't know the light skinned chick, right? She like caramel complexion.
Which light skinned chick? There's a lot of light skinned
Ashley
here.
Jones.
That's Ashley's not caramel. She's actually chocolate.
What? Show me a picture of
Let
Ashley
me let me
Jones.
let me this comment from my man Justin. I just showed it. You should pay attention. I
I
since
wasn't here, dude.
you just came in. Okay.
I know. I
Okay.
just came in.
Give me a minute. Okay.
I don't know these women like that, like from the
I'm
head
just.
like that.
I know. I know. I
Some of
know.
them I know, like
I know. No, I'm just busting your balls, man. Just busting your balls. How you New York guys like to say, busting your balls. But I meant that as a compliment. Yeah, it's true. I know it's a compliment. I mean, I'll pull it up real quick again. And because I had her up here. She was the one doing the photo.
oh,
Yeah, she's the one
that's
right there.
Ashley Jones.
That's Ashley Jones right there.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
yeah,
Damn, her legs is thick.
yeah. She has the aesthetics, and she could, but I think she might need like a couple more years to build up, become a bodybuilder. Because she earned a pro card as a
Yeah,
figure competitor. Then she switched over to physique, and she's qualified for Olympia twice. The first time she couldn't compete because she got sick that day when she went to the Olympia. That was in 2021, and then she qualified last year, and she only took 11th at that show. She was like, I was always wondering what she could have done if she was able to compete at the show back in
yeah,
2021, how she would place. But she has great stakes. She's a coach and a trainer. I
yeah.
follow on social media. This is she
Oh
competed at
yeah, I seen her before.
yeah, she competed at the Texas Pro last year. Took second to Melissa Tyke, who who competed at the show. She's
Okay.
also she's a, she competed at the um Chicago Pro where she earned her second qualification to Olympia. You know, she's very impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'll keep it here. This is right here between. That's a chick from South Korea. This chick here, she's from Africa on the other side, and that's Ashley in the middle. And she has an impressive physique. But like I said, let's talk about. I mean, like Andrew Shaw says, she has good aesthetics. She could possibly uh, go up to bodybuilding, but I think she might need maybe another year or two to stew and to develop and put on the size she needs to.
Mm,
Like I said, she's still a young competitor, and
right.
that thing is about timing. But she has a impressive physique. She has a passion for the sport, and I'm a big fan of Ashley. You know,
Yeah. How long she been doing this?
it got to be at least almost. I think she's been competing for maybe about 10 years. I believe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I believe this is just
Yeah. I seen
um,
her on Instagram. I seen her
mhm.
on.
Yeah, it's a follow. And I will, that's literally I would love to do an interview with if she ever has the time. But you know how it is. A lot of these ladies are busy. They
Yeah.
have,
You know.
this.
Not you. I was going to tell you. You know, I seen the DD on the spot interview with Emily Sherbert. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if I'm. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't watch. I saw it, not all of it because I was working something. But yeah,
Yeah. I watched some of it. She was talking about like dysmorphia and stuff like that. She don't see her size too much. Like she noticed that her thighs is real big, and, and I was like, wow, her thigh. And then they was showing a picture. I was like, wow, like
well, you can go to my channel. I have some. She I do my video montages.
yeah,
I have a few of her video clips in my montage. I forgot which one it was. I think it's one of the flex and sexes I made,
yeah.
and
I
I think
think I seen that. I don't think I came across that, but I didn't because you do a lot. Because but but I think I came across that, but I didn't look at it.
hmm yeah, my man Raheem Hamilton saying, you know, is there's so there's still hope. He looking for himself a muscle woman. I mean,
He
hey,
ain't the only one. Trust me. I mean I know this dude that he be like talking to me about muscle women a lot and stuff.
hmm
Yeah,
well,
he
like I said,
want
a
to
lot.
marry one. Well, not
Well,
marry one, but want a girlfriend and stuff like
want a
that.
date or something like that. Well, like I said, it's about the right time or whatever interesting. It's like this. You gotta remember, these are still women. No matter how much they lift the muscle like that, it's still women. Women like to find a man they feel they have a genuine, something in common with, or even something they have, even hey, some of these ladies don't always date guys who work out. Some of the guys some guys I've seen,
Yeah,
especially women married too, look like a regular guy. They might work out with them a little bit, but they're not working out as hard. Now, right here we have is Eva Montgomery. Eva did pretty good last year. As you know, she was the only female bodybuilder at the Vancouver Island show, which got her first Olympic qualification. She competed back in 2021, and she only did the Tampa. She wasn't going to do Chicago, but I remember she told me she got sick that year. I think she popped the C19, and she couldn't compete. So, but she did come back helpful enough to do Tampa. Now,
yeah.
Eva, like I said, we was in contact with a good bit, but I hadn't been, I hadn't had much of her IG hasn't been updated lately. I mean,
Um,
I know later one day I talked to her, that I think she's doing some things right now. She's working with people in training. The big question is Eva going to come back and compete this year?
right.
I don't know. You
I tried
know,
to talk to her friend, but I don't know.
Layla,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think she's Spanish or something like that.
no, no, actually, I think Layla is more like, she's Polynesian, not Spanish. I
Probably.
think she's
You
Polynesian.
know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I think yeah, yeah. She has like 4 kids, and she has a husband. She's
Yeah.
Polynesian.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So right
You
now,
was
Layla,
telling.
she's doing her thing. She's doing something with dresses and stuff like that. I'm hoping maybe I get Layla on here on my channel, do an interview sometime where she gets a chance to. We try to get in contact as much as we can. But Eva, she is. I would say she's very impressive. Like I said, a while back, her son just got married,
Okay.
and she's about to be a grandma
Mm,
this year. So and she's just in her I think she just turned 39 last year,
39.
Yeah, she turned 39 last year,
Yeah.
and she might. I don't know if she's gonna. Maybe she might think about competing um at the Masters Olympia because you got to be 40. It's
Right.
40 plus to get to Master Olympia. He was very impressive. I think she has
What's
good
so
details.
special about the Master Olympia? Like, I think you told me about it, but I forgot. Maybe.
Well, is the Master Olympia is for competitors 40 over.
Okay.
It's for all 10 divisions, meaning from men's bodybuilding to all the way down to wellness. And it's Olympia qualification. But the thing is, that show is all the way in um, Romania.
Okay.
And just like I said, to me, it don't really make sense to. This is supposed to be Olympia, so
Right.
why not? I've talked with some ladies who are at that 40 plus area, and they really wish that the show was part of the main Olympia here in the states.
Mm.
You know, but I don't, it's just I know my man. Raheem Hamilton. He says Monique Jones is fire. Is she single country girl? Uh, well, I think she might be. I like I said, she don't post no stuff with a man or anything like that. She does. She posts some stuff with her daughter. Because she has a daughter. Her daughter just graduated from I think from high school a while back. I think she's in college now. And for this is for my man Raheem. I know he's a big fan of Monique. That's another person I've talked about where she's gonna come back this year. I think. I follow Monique Jones. It looks like she might be. She had competed since 2020, where she qualified for the Olympia. That was the year when women's bodybuilding made its return. And I don't know. Um, it could be a possibility she might return this year. Monique just had a birthday a while back. I think it was early this year, and she's also in that 40 plus crowd. And I know a couple ladies who work with Monique, Gina Carver, who knows Monique, Jamie Hart, who also knows her, and Monique. Like I said, there could be possibility her. I don't know. It's all depending because I just found this video here. I'm gonna post it in a minute where she's training. And some of these ladies still train just to train,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. You know, Monique might come back.
Mm.
There was talks about her coming back a while ago. She said she want to take some mental health leave for a bit, and I think Monique's like 45, and now with the master shows coming up,
Yeah.
it looks like she might be, just from looks of it, I don't know,
How
maybe just
tall is she?
I think Monique's like about 5'8".
Okay. That's a little. It's a little tall. Well, almost
Yeah,
up to my height. Like.
yeah, because and I think she's like 44, 45, I believe, because I remember that's her
Yeah.
last birthday was her last birthday in March, I think it was March, you know. But she's mostly been training, coaching other people. This is an old picture here, of her from the back. This is an old video. This is like
Yeah.
she's. I remember back in 2020 when she competed at the Rise in Phoenix. They gave most muscular to Andrea Shaw. I like Andrea. Sorry, I like Andrea, but to me, most muscular should have went to Monique Jones.
Right.
She should have won most muscular. I just Uh, I feel like they just, they gave it to, Andrea was she won the show, but truthfully, most muscular really to me belonged to Malik to Monique. She really deserved the most muscular award.
But you know how that is. Like they bias in this sport, man. Like you know, like
Mm.
that's what I see, man. Like it's like even with the fans, they bias like to the fans. To me, like it's bias. It's a biased sport.
Well, the thing is, fans' bias don't really matter. It's the judges' biases that makes the difference. Because you know what, fans gonna like who you're gonna like. That's the truth of that.
No,
You,
I'm just saying, like in total, like even like I say the fans because sometimes like it's certain things the fans like. You know what I'm saying? They don't like too much bikini or like even the stuff I kind of like post. like the videos I post, man. Like, they act funny. So I mean, that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Like
But
it's
here's the thing: is I do this for me when I make my content. I do it because the fact is the stuff I like. Also, I do it because the people who follow me like. If anybody don't like it, that's their problem. That's why she never worry about what other people like. She only worry about what you like and what the people who follow you like. If people don't like it, then I wouldn't waste my time thinking about it. It would, that's why I can do what I do is because I want to call attention. Like I know how people telling me, "Hey George, why not interview this girl, that girl, or this person?" Well, I love to interview them, but the fact is, it's up to them if they want to do an interview with me or not. I can't make nobody do something they don't want to do. But like I said, you shouldn't be too worried about. We always know there's gonna be some bias, but like I said, that shouldn't be something you should never really worry about because you can never
I'm not
change.
worrying about it like that. I just see it. That's all.
Yeah, I know you see it, but it's not worth even mentioning. I wouldn't waste my time
Okay.
about
I'm just
it.
saying it.
I know you're just saying, but like I said, it's always going to be some bias and like that. But it's like like I said, it's not shouldn't be too. But like I say, it does. But one thing, the bias is the judging bias. When the
Okay.
judges bias, that's the people you should be worried about because I've seen shows in which I've seen competitors look better than the person who actually won.
Mm.
And if the judges bias like that, that's the concern. Like I said, fans they don't make a break of who wins the show. It's those judges that do. The judges
Mm.
have too much power. Like we talk about how they we change the criteria, how they don't want to see styrations in the glutes, and I understand like divisions like bikini and wellness, especially. I mean, with wellness, you can't help but see styration because hey, it's the big focus is the glutes, and I can understand with divisions like maybe women's bodybuilding, they most definitely have to come styrated because the fact is you don't tell guys they don't need styrated,
Mm.
but you tell these women you can't be styrated, but they're athletes competitors
You
because
said
my man.
styrated? I didn't get that one.
Styrich is when when the muscle starts showing more in the glutes.
Oh.
You got to understand when you're a bodybuilder, especially when your butt your skin is almost paper thin,
Mm.
and the muscle you're seeing is the muscles that the human body has under the skin.
Okay.
You see those lines, those definitions, those styrations. That's what styration is. So you're pretty much seeing the actual gluteus maximus muscles,
Mm.
through the skin because because your skin is so paper thin. But no one tell the guys not to be, but they are.
Well, they different. Men and the men and the women are different.
But see, the thing is, it shouldn't be about men and women different. They're both athletes and competitors. That's the thing is, you can't tell the women that you can come like this, but then tell me you can't come like that. But don't tell the same thing to the guys. That's not.
I ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah, So you have nothing to say. But I can say with the point you are. But like I said, yeah, men and women are different. But it's the same aspect is if the same guidelines are given to men, but you don't change, but you keep always changing the guidelines for the women.
Right.
Some ladies get tired of that. They come in, they tell you, hey, come in a little softer, but then next you turn around, hey, you might need to come in a little more shredded. They didn't say, hey, you might tell you this, or they tell you that. They just keep changing that.
Or
But
they give them the runaround. That type of
yes,
thing.
yeah, and sometimes that's
Mm.
frustrating. They'll know. Some ladies don't know. Hey, should I come in jacked or should I come in a little more chunky?
Right.
Yeah. My man, Sean McMillan just come through. He says, Monique Jones, hot chocolate. Yes, says, I also say, George, I know they are still women. I know how to talk to them. Just needed to find a event where they are at and put them on my charm.
Good luck, Raheem.
Good
Good
luck.
luck.
The best thing to do
Like
is
collect good luck, buddy.
truly good luck.
It's not even easy to try to like ask them like you want to interview them, but before I say trying to kick it to them.
Yeah. But if you think about it, Raheem, you might need to go to some of these seminars, you know, and when they have these posing seminars, you gotta, maybe meet it with someone there. Or like a big event, like something like the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic, the Olympia, or one of these bigger shows, or any show. You just gotta go. If or especially try to catch them like when they're like, especially the ones that are not competing that show and they're just hanging out and just talk to them. Like I said, I'm saying you can talk to women, but sometimes these are different from any other women. It's not like any other girl on the street you can talk to. You know,
Mm.
or just any woman. These women sometimes have to get their guard up because they have to deal with guys who, like I said again, I know you're not weird, but sometimes they have to be cautious of those weird guys because they're out there. You know, my
But
man.
how do they know that every guy? How would like? I mean, I hear what you're saying, but at the same token, like you don't. They not gonna know every guy what every guy's about. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, like I said, if these guys, if you as a guy know that you have the confidence in yourself and they can sense it, then
yeah, all women. I think all women, like especially if a guy's interested in a woman, I think all women they know they know when a guy wanna kick it to him and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But I mean, like if I wouldn't be like too aggressive or anything, I would just kind of just be friendly. Hey, how you doing?
Mhm.
I notice you doing your thing and what a blah blah blah.
Yeah,
But
like I said, my name is Kay. I just came over here to say hello to you. How you doing? And just talk to you a little bit and just want to get to know you. My man, Shabbat Miller has something. Do you think Denise Faith and Melissa Tyke could qualify for the Miss Olympia, or just mean Olympia? Because you could Miss Olympia, you can forget Physique Olympia. So you just mean the Olympia if you can maybe for because you got to think about it, their physique competitors. If I don't know this Denise Faith, I'm gonna pull up and check her out. And I know about Denise Type. I think Melissa says he's thinking about moving over. He's also saying Wyvett Bova is fire.
mm,
Wyvett Bova just turned 62.
yeah,
62 last week. I just saw that on her social media. I forgot to post it because I just I missed it. But she turned 62. So she's been competing for a long time. She's a good part of the
you got
90s.
those implants though.
Yeah, they kind of offset because she has a very short torso
Yeah,
and she has long arms.
right.
It kind of offsets it a little bit. But yeah, she, also my man, Raheem talking about Lisa Cross's fire. Yeah, I was in contact with her because I made that video. I made a video for her and made some stuff on the post on social media. She said thank you. I love doing the interview with Lisa Cross. Most Lisa Cross. I know she's doing some travel right now overseas.
Right.
I just did a comparison video with her and Barbara Caridi over the last week,
This
and
is
hmm,
nah. This interview where this guy he's like talking to her about like I didn't watch all of it, but he's talking to her about like fitness and stuff like that. It's like 20 minutes like long, but it's like 200 likes. I'm like, wow. And it's not even a long video to say. And he's just talking to her about like staying like getting in shape and all that stuff.
hmm. Well, like I said, if it's good conversation. If you know videos that drop it, I might check it out. But
Yeah, yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
yeah, but like I said, with this, when meeting these ladies, you have to understand what they go through. You have to understand, sometimes ladies not maybe not looking for anybody serious right now. Their focus is on their careers and their lives and what they want to do. But my man Sean dropped his name. I just pulled it up a little bit. Her name is Denise Faith. Um, you know, she's a Swedish competitor. She's from Sweden. So I don't know. Maybe I might reach out to. I see. I was on her Facebook right now. She's
Mm.
not on IG, so I just pulled up her Facebook. Yeah, I might try to find her. See, she maybe I might do for a favor, Sean. I might reach out for an interview. And she looks pretty impressive. From what I see on social media. If she can pick the right show, as you know, there's not that many shows overseas for Olympia qualification.
How long has she been bodybuilding?
I don't know. I just pulled her up. So
Oh,
yeah. So she's relatively new to me. I think she had been if I get the information about her, here she is. She's a throwback. So
I've
she's a
seen
pick.
her before, Denise Faith. Okay.
Yeah, she's been competing since 2017. From so
Mm.
she can compete for a good while. So
And she's
let's
from
say
Sweden.
she's originally from Sweden. So we're gonna post some pictures here on her. She's on this looks like her Facebook.
Mm.
I was trying to find her on IG, but so many with IG, you don't it's only got a few pictures here.
I mean,
Yeah.
even with the IG, I mean, some of them they just post pictures and that's it. Like,
Pictures, videos, because IG is very popular. A lot of competitors like to
yeah,
use IG. Some competitors use it on Facebook, but now some of them drop off of Facebook. I know Irene Answers that Facebook page, but she dropped it a long time ago. She's mostly on IG.
but no, I was saying like sometimes you can't even get a hold of them even in IG. You know.
Well, like I said again, so a lot of these ladies, may not contact you. Sometimes I have ladies contact me maybe a week or two after the last time I sent a message, and
Mm,
because sometimes they're busy. I know one lady,
right.
she was telling me she just went through, she got sick. We were hoping to try to
Yeah,
set up
her
an interview.
arms
She
is
gets,
big.
hmm?
Her arms, like wow. Her
Yeah,
shoulders, or
yeah,
she not
yeah,
even flexing. And you see her biceps, like wow.
yeah. She looks pretty impressive. Like I
Yeah.
said, this is, like I
Maybe you need
said,
to take a stab at it. Just
yeah. I see I see that she posts her, her email here on Facebook, so I might reach out. If it's a good thing, I'm gonna
look at her
see. As soon
arms,
as
bro. Like she not even flexing hard. Like she's just popping out like calves. I'm like, wow.
yeah, I think she does physique, but she might switch up over to bodybuilding. It all depends.
What's
She
the like? I mean, like I don't see no difference. I mean, I just see a little difference with physique and bodybuilding. I don't know if I would tell like how would you tell like the difference between the physique and the bodybuilding?
well, this was slight. This as you can tell, because one thing is most definitely is bodybuilding is more a little bit more by size,
Okay.
while physique is more by conditioning. And
Conditioning,
many
like when you say conditioning, what like
Well, as you know, with the physique competitors, most of them are going to come in. They're going to be a little bit small in the waist.
okay.
They're not going to be as big as in the legs and the quads because they, one thing is they don't want to focus too much on the lower body, but a little bit
Mhm.
more on the upper body. But they, like with bodybuilders, they're going to have that. They're going to make sure that both they got their top is as even as the top is even as the bottom, meaning their legs just as big as their arms and their shoulders. They're going
Okay.
to have really what one thing that separates physique and bodybuilding is just the poses.
Okay.
Because even with physique competitor, like one thing with women's bodybuilding, their poses are that of the men's poses, the seven mandatories. That is the front lat, front double, side chest, rear double, rear lat, tricep, and ab and thigh.
Mm,
Now with physique, they don't do the front lat or the rear lat because those are considered two muscular poses.
okay.
Physique is supposed to be more the feminine division,
Mm,
and it's for the division for those women who don't have they can put on that size.
okay.
Who don't want to be too big. They feel like they might give it femininity. I've talked about it quite a fight with a few ladies that they feel like they don't want to give it the femininity. A man, sorry, Millen is dropping this. He says, Lisa Cross definitely is fire. I follow her on IG and TikTok. Yeah. Also, as a man, we all can do it. Talk to a woman. If one turns us down, just move on to the next one. Not that hard. That's true. You know,
mm.
I think men can take rejection out easier than women.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, that's how it is sometimes. Also, never heard of Faith Denise Faith, and Deshaun just mentioned her, so I just dropped her on here. Also, he said, did she just turn pro recently? I don't know. I'm gonna try to do a search on her a little more. I just found her on I did a search. I just found her on Facebook. Let me see if she has IG and see if she's interested. Maybe she might have turned pro. She might be still in amateurs. Uh, she's from Sweden, correct? Yeah, she's from Sweden. She's Swedish, so she's from Sweden. She might speak some English. I know Sweden does have their own language, but Sweden is one of those countries where you can speak multiple languages. You can
Yeah.
speak English, Swedish, German, even French,
Mm,
because it's part of the education system.
okay.
Sweden is the most. People don't think about it. Sweden, especially around in the Netherlands, like places like Sweden,
Yeah.
Switzerland. Those countries have a better quality of living compared to America. They don't. They usually have a 30-day work week. You might work maybe 4 days out of the week. You get paid real good for those 30 hours you work, and you can take a vacation as long as you want or need to.
Mm.
Yeah, they have some great conditions in Sweden. I mean, I just want mine. Also, Justin's asking, she's physique. I thought she was bodybuilder. She might be. She. I think she's physique, but she never know. She might switch up because this is a picture right here. Just posted right here. I just saw. She has those aesthetics. Like you look at another Swedish bodybuilder, one who just interviewed Miss Jess Williams. She's Swedish. Irene Anderson is a big Swede. A couple others. There's some Swedish physique fighters like Jeanette Johansson. She's a physique competitor who's from Sweden. Um, you know, she might switch over, especially the size she puts on. You know, But like I said, I might reach out to her. Maybe she might do an interview and see what
Yeah.
happens.
Look,
All,
man.
all, all I can do is they might not answer. I'm some ladies I need to get back with and see if they ever want to get it. One lady I reached out. She's like she was sick. She's getting over something, but she ever gets back to me, I'll try. I don't try to bother them too much. Like I said, I know some ladies are prepping, getting ready for the season because they want to because we haven't they hadn't like really hadn't started any real shows for Women's Body and Physique. I think we
Yeah.
got the St. Louis show coming up. There's New York coming up. There's the Vancouver show coming up in about a couple of weeks. This a handful of shows here and there for women's bodybuilding. A lot more for physique, but a little impressive. Now another lady I think Sean just mentioned. I think he mentioned Melissa Tyke,
Melissa,
and
right?
yeah, as you know, Melissa she's been competing for a good while. She has been to Olympia twice as a physique competitor. And there's talk about her possibly switching over to women's bodybuilding because
Mm.
she last year she took six at the Olympia, and she competed at the Arizona Pro, and I remember somebody telling me that they saw how she lost to Annette Downing, and she was kind of disappointed. She thought she knew better, but Annette is a older black lady, and
Mm.
so people surprised at how well she plays. Also, um, she's a coach and a trainer. She does a lot of powerlifting, and that's one thing is again when a lot of these ladies do powerlifting, you're gonna put a lot more mass and size if you're not careful. Now, if
Yeah.
you want to stay in physique, you have to really pull back on your training and try to don't train so heavy. Powerlifting is not good if you want to be a physique competitor because you're gonna put on that muscle and size if you're not careful. Powerlifters' diet is completely different from a bodybuilding diet. Those guys
Oh,
train,
Miss Beast. Okay.
yeah, those
Yeah.
guys train for size and strength.
Yeah, I follow her on
Yeah, yeah. And I think she lives in Texas. Like
right.
so many, Texas is a big mecca for
Women's bodybuilder.
just for bodybuilding in general.
Yeah.
A lot of bodybuilders live in Texas now. I think because the climate is warmer, you
You
don't
could
get as
live in Texas too, Raheem.
yeah. I think yeah. Raheem, if you think about one of the female bodybuilders, Texas, California, and Florida. If you can go to a place like I think Orlando and Tampa is good. California probably somewhere around LA, Venice Beach, and with Texas, probably Houston or I know my friend Brittany Brooks. She lives in Killeen, so a little bit somewhere a little bit close. I think Killeen's like I don't know what Killeen's exactly at, but I asked Brittany where it's close to. Like it's close to Dallas, it's close to Houston, it's close to. I might ask her next time I
Over the
get up with.
summer, like in New York, I see some bodybuilders.
Yeah, I
Some
saw your thing with Brittany Parrish. She said she liked the experience. I sent that video to Brittany. Said she told me said it was a strange experience for her, but said she enjoyed it. But yeah, like I say, but with Melissa, she is getting those aesthetics. Look at her quads.
yeah, I see it.
She's putting on a good amount of size, and there's a good chance that if she switched over to bodybuilding, she'll do pretty good. She's got to find the right show. I think she said she's talking about doing it. Um, you know, it's all depending, on her. Like I said, a lot of these ladies, like I said again, they may not feel like going up because they feel like, you know, they might lose a little bit of femininity over it. But you look at the physique girls, you know, it's not that far. You know, she has
Mm,
good details. Good, she has those good muscle bellies. You know, she might even place in the top 10. She took 11 last year, and like I said, she does a lot of powerlifting.
yeah.
You know, you do a lot of this heavy lifting. You know, if you don't want to be as big as a bodybuilder, then they'll do a lot of heavy lifting. Cut back on
Right.
your reps and your sets. You
Why
know,
you think they do this, the powerlifting and the bodybuilding?
because they like doing it. It's something
Mhm.
they you like. They like the sport. They like enjoy doing it. You
Yeah.
know, just the last couple of years, there's been a lot of you know, powerlifters who jumped from powerlifting to bodybuilding, like people like Rita West,
Yeah, I know.
Hunter Henderson. You know, I saw the lady CC Ingrams. They call her She Hulk. You know, she's planning on doing making her bodybuilding debut sometime soon. And you know, and
Mm,
Melissa, she has those aesthetics. Now, how she would do if she switched over to women's bodybuilding, she might do well. You know, she might do good. You know, it's all dependent.
mhm.
You know, she just got to take the time in and to work it. My man, Sean has a question. He says, what do you guys think of Renee Marvin? Marvin, you
I'm
know,
not sure who that is. You
well,
got to.
Renee used to be a good part about the early 2000s, but she took a break. She stepped away from bodybuilding. I know she got married and she had a kid, and
Mhm.
now she's making a return this year, I believe. My man, my man Raheem says
Raheem.
she's fire, and I reached out to her. She did respond a few times, but she never said she was interested in doing an interview. I might try to reach out to her again,
Mm.
and she might be doing she interested in doing an interview, but she isn't making. She says she's making a return, and in 2023. You know, it's like I said, it's
Yeah,
been
I
a
don't know how
long.
you do it though, man. But you have like the good patience with these women. You know how to interact with them, cause
You can have a patient with any woman. If you know, you gotta have patience with any woman. You know, it's just
yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, it's true. Like, it's true. But with them, like, it's like, I don't know. I got into it with some other chick, man. Like,
this. The thing is, this this is one thing a man should do. Never try to argue with a woman. If she's gonna start arguing, just walk away from it and let her
no, it
go.
ain't about arguing. It's just about, well, I kind of said things I shouldn't have said.
That's the thing right there. That's your fault right there. Be careful. Be careful the words you choose how to deal with any woman, even with these ladies. These ladies,
Mm,
they're on a different level. As you know, especially ladies, they take testosterone because they got to build muscle, and sometimes that does bring on some sets of male, behaviors. But
yeah,
still, they're still women. And when you say something, don't be prepared for them. They don't going to chew your ass out. Choose the words wisely, young Palawan, when dealing with
yeah.
women.
I hear you. I hear
Yeah.
you. But it's
Now,
not easy all the time. Like,
well, nothing's ever easy if you want it. If it
yeah,
was
I
easy,
hear
you shouldn't
you.
do it.
I hear you. I hear you. But
You don't hear me, but you say you hear me.
yeah, I hear you.
Don't
I'm
repeat. Don't
hearing.
repeat
I
it.
mean,
Stop that
it
repeating
sounds
that. Don't
good,
repeat
but
to hear me.
like, I mean,
Just. Hey,
I'm
hey, hey!
not
Stop,
the.
stop, stop, stop,
Like,
stop.
hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out for a
I hear you.
second.
I hear you out.
No, I'm just saying that it's not. I'm not trying to argue with them, but it's like, it's like certain things they do. It's like, yo, I'm right. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna share something with you and your listeners a bit. You know, I asked somebody if they wanted to be interviewed, and I sent them a little something something. So they gave me the impression that they wanted to do it. So I'm like, I waited. I was trying to be patient and stuff like that. And so they told me a certain day to get to get to them. So when that certain day was there, they said that I had to wait another certain day. So when a certain day came, they and there's no response. So I'm like trying to wait. I'm like, hey, yo, what's up? Like, you want to do it? What's up? And I hear no response. So I don't know. That's when it's my fault. I got upset and I'm saying, yo, blah 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 blah. I paid you and stuff like that. and they still ain't respond. And then I said something else, and then that's when they responded.
Here's the one thing is never give anybody money or anything before you get into a business deal. No, no, there's nothing should be exchanged before any services are made. That's your fault right there.
Th-
Yeah, listen. All right, listen to you. Listen to me. I don't offer
First
like,
of all, I get what you're
hey,
saying, but
they,
at the same token, they not gonna respond to you. They not
but
gonna respond to you if you don't send them anything.
what his thing is, said again, don't send them anything. Don't give them anything. What I usually do is like when I do my interviews before we start, I tell ladies, hey, I would like to send you something as a gift, as of appreciation. Many of them have turned me down, so they thank for me for me offering. And others they say, yeah, just send me your address, email to me, I'll send them a package and show appreciation. Others have turned me down. Those people like that, they don't ever give anybody anything if they're not going to give you something in return. If you should do this, tell them before the interview if I want to show my appreciation, so I want to send you a little something. If you don't have if you want to send to Cash App, Venmo, something like that, I want to see this as appreciation. But like I said, don't ever give anybody anything unless you have something. You'll never do that. In
But I
business,
hear you.
no,
But
no, 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 no. I know you
at
don't.
the
No, you're not.
same thing,
Hey, stop, stop, stop,
at the
stop.
same,
Wait, stop,
hold,
stop, stop, stop. I'm gonna
just
mute you. I'm gonna mute you.
hear me out
Hey,
though.
no, no. I'm gonna mute you if you don't stop and listen. I listen to you. Now you can listen to me. I heard you out, but don't do that. Don't give somebody something if they're not going to give you anything in return. Unless this is like doing a business. Unless you do the job, I'm not going to pay you. You don't give somebody just because you can give something doesn't mean they're going to take it. They're going to promise you anything. You get somebody something, and they can say, yeah, they're going to grab it and run. Don't do that. I don't give anybody nothing unless they do something for me as appreciation. Don't give them something just out the hand. They're going to put in their hand and keep on pushing.
Okay, all right. It's something to think about.
Yes.
But at the same time, I see that there's certain like certain women that I see. It's a site called Session Girls, and nah,
I know. I know you're
I'm
talking about. I know
serious.
you're talking about.
And then it's like, yo, they'll you. So sometimes they'll say they'll give you some play. They they'll some of them they want you to pay them, like send money before they even acknowledge you. So some, or maybe like some of them would be like, hey, like if you do say, like if you said what you said to me just now, they'll respond to you, but not that many. So because I did that, I did all that. I was like, I'm saying, I remember one chick. I think I didn't send her anything. I just emailed her, said who I am and stuff. So she said, you gotta send me such and such
That's right there.
for me to talk to
Wait
you.
right there. When she said that, you should have said, you know what? I can't help you, and should have ended the conversation right there.
I didn't send her nothing. I didn't send her anything.
Yeah. But when she
She
asked,
wanted me to send her $100. And I didn't
yeah.
really, I ain't really have it that
No,
have it
no,
like
no,
that.
no, no. I'm said again.
I didn't
Never.
send her nothing. I didn't send her
I
nothing.
know, no, I know, I know, never. But once they said something about money, that's when you should have cut the conversation. I had an inmate fighter say that. If I pay her, I said, you know what? Nah, nah, just end the conversation. Any,
I think, but as you look at it, I get what you're saying, but
mhm.
I know why you saying what you're saying. And I get it, but there's, I noticed that people do pay people for an interview because Vlad TV, right? I know Vlad is,
That's bad TV.
and I get that,
And
but
most of those celebrities, they have a rate or something like that. You got to understand, these ladies don't have. They're not celebrities in truth, and no one's really talking to them or talking about them. This is an opportunity where they can share the story. You shouldn't have to pay anybody to come. Now, if they do you,
But they giving them, but they give you a hard time. That's the thing too.
if they give me a hard time, then I move on. That's the problem.
It's not easy all the
It,
time,
you,
George.
you know what? You know what? That's the bullshit you say right now. Nothing's ever easy, but it can be easy if you choose to be.
I don't agree. I don't
That's
agree.
what that's no, no, no. That's when you. This is where me and you are separated. I know you disagree, but the fact is, here's the common sense of it. If you're dealing with somebody and they're telling you, "Hey, you pay me to do this," it's not like you're doing a job. Now, if we do the interview, and if I feel you want to give you something, I will. But other than that, no. You know, like I said, I know you live on meager means like I do. You know, you don't have the money to always paying everybody.
That's true. I
That's
agree
true.
with
That's true.
you.
That's true. Yeah,
That's
let's start with that. Now, okay. If these women generally want to share their story, you know, the women you're reaching out to, don't go to session fans. No, those women just they're there trying to make a dollar. If the ones who are you can probably get a few that will generally want to come in just to do it for the hell of it. But if you got to pay somebody to come out here, you shouldn't be doing it. You shouldn't. No, it should be. You know, you should put money out of it. Like I said again, what I do is when I do an interview, I ask the lady, I want to send you a gift as a thank you for coming on. I don't send money. Every now and then I might send money depending, every now and then, depending who they are, and you might need a little something. I know I have amount problem with that. But I can like to do, I can make a quick care package. Some ladies, they genuinely like it. And when I send the care package, they love the fact that they get something. It may not be. I had one woman. She didn't like the fact I sent a care package. And I said act like a poor. But the fact is, hey, I don't get the here. I can always get you what you want, but I can always get you what you might need at the time. And you should appreciate that because that's a good time. I mean, I'm spending my money on doing it. But I understand what you're talking about. But like I said, don't waste too much time on these ones who are giving you a runaround, who say they want something in their hand before the deal is set. Move on. Focus on this one. It's gonna take time. Like I told you before, it's like fishing. You go out there, you fish, you throw the line out there. Sometimes you sit there on that boat or on the side of that pond for hours
you
before you
ever
get
fished
it.
before?
Yes, I fished. I grew up in the country. I didn't like fish that much, but when I was younger,
All
I
right,
used to
you
go
got me
fishing.
there. All right,
Yeah,
all right,
I
all
used to
right.
fish with
I'm gonna
my
take that
brother and my
logic.
mother.
I'm gonna take the logic. I'm gonna take
Yeah,
that
taking
logic,
logic.
but
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
my man Raheem said it like this. He said it like this. You know, you don't pay up front, never. It's like like when you deal with a prostitute. Even though she want her money in front, she got to understand. Hey, we got to make sure we got to do what we do because sometimes prostitutes take your money and jerk you and run out. We
I
got
mean,
here
they
also.
befriended me. That's all I could say. I
Yeah,
just told them like, look, please, I gave you. Thought you was gonna do something like give me my back my money. That's it.
yeah. Well, you should not forget about that. You should not even give money. Period. That's your fault. We're gonna move on to something else right now. We'll get back to it later. We got
It
my man
ain't like
here.
you.
Hey, you're on my show. You're a guest.
All right, I'm gonna shut
Okay,
up.
okay,
I'm gonna
okay,
shut.
okay, okay. Oh, yeah. Thank you. We got a man here. Shout man it says Denise Faith turned pro in 2014. The bodybuilding channel says she's making her pro debut this year. Good luck to her. Maybe right here. Also, my man Raheem says Kristen Hawkins is fire. And also, Sean says, I read that Christian Hawkins is making her comeback this year. And Christian Hawkins and both Renee, they competed a good part of the 90s. Christian, early 2000s. Renee, about the mid 2000s. And we'll go back to Renee real quick. How she's making a return because Renee, she could step back from the sport for a good while. She was a bodybuilder, but I think she might be doing physique in her return. And I reached out to her. I'm actually reached out again, some possibly for an interview. This is from a show she did a few years ago. I think this was I can't remember what show this was. Very impressive physique, great look to her. I mean, and now she's a little bit older now, and she had competed for almost, I think, a good 10 or 12 years. I think she can't compete since 2013. And I think now that this is before physique came along and she might make a return in physique. It might be a better division for her because she has good aesthetics. She has amazing physique. I think maybe if physique round about the time when she's competing, she would have been a great physique. But that's a classic right there. That whole this is her now, and she looks pretty good. This is her working with the great one Iris Kyle. You know, and I think she has good aesthetics, but I think she's gonna do physique. You know, I think physique is probably the better division for her. She doesn't really have the size for, uh,
Bodybuilding.
yeah, bodybuilding. I think physique could be good for her.
Mm.
And you know, as you said again, she's a great look to her. Very good lines, good aesthetics. Very impressive. You know, but I think she's gonna make right from the social media right here. I think she's gonna make a return. I'm glad I actually made an official announcement. So here is I'm excited to compete at the New York Pro, growing in New York, about 90 minutes north of New York City. It's always been a dream of mine to compete at the particular pro show. Once I turned pro in 2012, the women's bodybuilding territory was not offered here. So happy to re-added the category in 2020, where now I'm ready to be better. So I think she says she's going to women's bodybuilding, but I think she should do physique because
Mm.
I think, like I said, she's still, even though she's put it like I said, she's married. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Raheem. This is another one that's married, and she has a kid. I think she took like she hadn't competed for almost 10 years, so she took a step back to start a family. And that's good. She started her family, and that's her husband right there. I don't know if she's gonna let you be the shy dude, Raheem. That's a big dude. I don't know. He wants you to share. I don't think he wants to share his wife. But Renee, she looks pretty impressive. I mean, I follow on social media. She's put on some good size. She's saying she might do women's bodybuilding, but I think she should do physique.
How long she been competing?
She got big piece since the early 2000s, so that's
Oh,
almost
yeah,
20
okay,
years.
yeah, okay.
And I think she turned pro when about 2010, 2011, I believe. And she stopped competing after I think 2013. And
Mm.
she said that they used to have women's bodybuilding at New York Pro, but they dropped it for a few years. And that's the thing that always got me how um you know um you know Bev Francis walked quietly from behind the vision and stabbed in the heart. You know, and she's the one that changed bodybuilding. You know,
Mm. Why
but
you think she changed it?
because back when she came in the good part of the '80s, female bodybuilders looked more like the figure competitors of today.
Okay.
And Bev bring the certain her conditioning, her size was just something different. And she came from a athletic background. She was a Olympic level competitor in Australia. She was a power lifter, and she brought this size and mass that there wasn't seen in women's bodybuilding. And she's the one who changed the women's bodybuilding. You've seen, I think, a lot of women were mirroring her. People like which I remember I'm trying to remember. I know her name, but it's back in my head. She died years ago. She was amazing physique, great body, but she took a step back from the show, started doing acting. I think she was thinking about coming back, but she died. But I think y'all guys know who I'm talking about. Is she's in the back of my head? Great physique. She had those good aesthetics, you know. Um, Also, my man Raheem just saying, no disrespect, but preferring for the bodybuilding season. Why? I mean, there's no money in this. I get the passion. I love it for it, but this is the only sport where you'll put more out and you get in. That's true. That's true, Raheem. These ladies put a lot of stuff in this. All these competitors put a lot into it,
It's
but don't get
expensive.
much back. Yeah, expensive. Also, he says that's not a good look. Yeah, he also says he says I live in New York. Any bodybuilders in New York, you probably are. Depending where
Oh,
you live at.
he live in New York.
It's depending
All
where you
these
live at.
beautiful women, and you dwelling on female bodybuilders, Raheem.
It's like
What
any
part
guy,
of
just
New
like
York City
anything.
you live in, Raheem? I
It's
live
like
in
any guy.
Brooklyn.
Like you like bodybuilders, but
Yeah, but I'm not focusing on just bodybuilders. I be looking at anything that look nice to me. Cause
yeah,
I mean, I mean, I see how, a lot of them are, man. Like they just in their own world. Like
yes, they are because it's a world that's very different from
it's
everybody
not
else's.
easy to even trying to like talk to a regular woman before, I put like emphasis on some bodybuilder chick, man. Like
Yeah,
I look, man.
take this advice from Raheem. He's telling you, Boro, you just move on to the next interview. And that's all you got to do.
Yeah, I hear you, Raheem, but you're not doing it.
Yeah.
When you do it, let me know. Let me
Well,
know.
I'm doing it.
George
I'm
could
letting you
tell
know.
me. George could tell me, and sometimes I don't even want to hear George.
I know
Sometimes
you
I'm
want to
like,
hear me, but you know what? I'm gonna put this to your head as hard as you can. Don't ever give anybody money if they're not gonna. If it's not, if you don't have a guaranteed contract with somebody, when which you give them money for services, you can sue them. You can say, hey, you can tell them like this. Next time, say, hey, well, if next time somebody asks you for money, say, hey, well, if we do this, I got to write a contract, and you have to, if I pay you for this contract, unless you don't, if you don't follow the rules of the contract, or something like, if you got a fax, I see in the contract, and you don't honor the contract, I can sue you. If you take the money. That would shut
hmm.
them up real quick.
I see.
Just if you next time you have somebody reach out to and they ask you to pay you, tell
No,
them,
they didn't ask me, but I noticed like on what the site I'm talking about. They
yeah.
say about like
That's for
they
if you
they
pay for
they want
sections.
like a
That's
tip or something. That's what I give them.
yeah, yeah.
I don't give
But
them like a lot.
don't
Like, hear me out. I don't give them a lot. I give them maybe what like 50, and that's it.
that's still that's $50 you kept in your pocket.
Eh,
Yeah, don't hey, give them a tip after they do the deed. But like if you have anybody who asks you for money, tell them if we do an interview and you ask me for money, we have a contract. And we sign a contract and you don't uphold the rules of the contract, I can sue you for my money back.
how I'm gonna get them to do a contract?
Yeah, if they ask you for money, just tell them like say I'll if you like to do interview, if that's your money, okay, well okay, I have a contract when I do interviews because I've been burnt before by people who don't want to do interviews. I've paid them the money up front and they burned me. So if you want to do an interview, I have a contract for you to sign, and it's a law legality because if you don't do the interview, I can sue you for my money back.
But like what I'll what like gotta type it in what
Well, you tell them you have a contract, but all you got to do is
oh
it's
some
not
a type of bluff.
you don't have a type of bluff. You can just tell them and see what they're gonna say.
All right.
Then once you say, well, let me get the paperwork, and then if you have to make a contract, all you got to do is like put in like, okay, my name is what's face your face, and say sign here, sign there. It's not that hard. You a contract is it's just all you got to do is put the legal the guy to say this is you can put her name in like this. You can do like this. You can type it up like leave it like anything. You see a little blank space where you put your name
Yeah,
here,
yeah, yeah.
and then put the bottom part, put your name here, and
I
also
could
your
do
name
that
on.
in Microsoft. So Microsoft.
Yeah. So you tell them
Yeah.
you have a contract, and if they are interested in it, and they say they wouldn't mind signing a contract, then write it up. You can say, hey, if they ask them, hey, you want, I can email you a copy, or you can, they can, if you have a fax machine, you can fax them a copy, and they can fax it back to you,
Right.
and or they can screenshot it, they just signed it, and then make sure if you know somebody who knows law, make sure you're showing to say, hey, I got this contract with this person, they signed it, and I gave them the money, and they didn't do the job. As long as you got their real name, boom. If it's no more than just $50, we can go. I think they're supposed to be counsel people court, but any small claims court where try where they will make them honor that contract.
I see. I see,
Yeah,
George.
see, let's do. But there's plenty of ladies who are, like I said, you mentioned Christian Hawkins coming through. One lady, I think, there's big prospects about her coming up this season. She just, as you know, I did an interview with her. She turned pro, you know, last year. That is Marilyn Yee. But my
Mhm.
interview with Marilyn, she says she's not competing this year. She is taking some time off. I hope for the best for her. She's a very impressive physique. I
Mhm.
know she wants to focus on one thing. I mean, she won't come. She'll say she's making her return in 2024. She'll make her debut in 2024. And Maryland, I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe she might change her mind. You never know. Some of these ladies they say nah, they're not going to do it, but then they change their mind. But Maryland, she has good potential. She's going to compete as a bodybuilder. She's probably going to be. There's not that many Asian female bodybuilders other than her, Michelle Yang, in the women's bodybuilding division.
Right.
Quite a few in physique. You know, but one person who I follow is Olivia Bay. She competes in physique, but I think she might need to switch over to wellness because she's shorter, she's a little thicker in the
Right.
high end anything. But you know,
I like
Marilyn,
her. She's funny. Olivia Bien. She's funny.
yeah, she puts out stuff like that. You know, also here, my man Raheem said, lock in the interview schedule, pay them after the interview, and then
Damn,
and
this dude is so petty, yo. Like Jesus, bro. Like
he's like, and if that's what they're going to do, yeah, and he's telling you what I'm telling you. You get the interview and they get paid. You know, you got a contract, yeah,
very
yeah,
petty, bro. Like chill.
yeah. George, I'm a big dude as well. Yeah, you know, I'm a big dude too. You probably bigger than I'm probably bigger than you. You know, but like I said, yeah, you know, you just if you have a good personality about yourself, you approach the women right, and you know, let them know, hey, you're interested. If they can generally see you as a possible friend and maybe a friend with benefits, it's all about time and effort. But
That's a fairy
Marilyn,
tale, boy.
yeah, Marilyn, she's impressive. I mean, you know, she's trained under Chris Camille. That's a legend. I mean, you know, and you know, you know, she says she's right now. She could take the time to stew a little bit, work on her conditioning and her size. You know, I think she has a pretty physique. You know,
She look like
yeah.
she could beat me up, put me in a headlock.
Well, you know, she does sessions too. So you know,
Yeah,
if
I
you ever
know that.
just
I know she
yeah,
do.
so if you're ever
She's in
interested
there.
in reaching,
She in there too.
yeah. But like I said, I never had to pay Marilyn.
Yeah, I mean that's good. I mean, look, I can't, you know what I'm saying? It's just that, you know, I did it your way a little bit and they ain't responded. So,
I
you
know, but
know,
like I said, you know, it's all about who you get to at the right time. And, you know,
yeah,
like I said again, but Maryland's pretty impressive. I think she has a good future. You know, as you heard, Chelsea Dion, she's not competing this year. She's taking some time to sit out. A couple of ladies who I follow are, you know, Ashley Hadley. She has to take a step back because of medical reasons. Um, you know, with not as many bodies, you know, coming in. We're gonna be here for a good bit. We're gonna call up a couple more girls, and I'm gonna dip into another division, which is I've been talking about women's bodybuilding and physique a good bit, but also there's figure, and you know, I see figure has those um great aesthetics that towards those divisions like women's bodybuilding is opposing is different compared to, but I've done a couple of reviews with some figure competitors, not as many because they're more almost kind of like bikini competitors. It's hard to get their attention. They're kind of like, but I just did a video about this one lady, young lady here. And this is Liv Labrada. She was Liv Roth, but she's Liv Labrada. And she's married to Nick to not Nick. His name is Hunter Labrada, and Hunter Labrada is the
until
son
the
of
brother.
he's the son of Lee Labrada, former Mr. Olympia. I think Lee has two Mr. Olympias. I was trying to remember back in the day. And Heather, I'm sorry, Liv. She's young. She has good aesthetics. She competed in 2021,
Mm,
and she hadn't competed since then. Um, you know, there's a good possibility she might switch over to physique, but she looks a little bit more. She's good and well in figure. She has good potential. You know,
mm-hmm.
she's just her and I think that's her and Hunter, and I think that's his daughter because they
Yeah, he's
only
huge.
yeah, he's a big dude. He's been I think a top 10 lip peer competitor for the past few years. You know,
George, I
and
think I have to break out, man. I have to do something. Gotta
all
go.
right, all right.
Maybe
I
I might
appreciate.
come through it again. I don't know, but all
Yeah,
right.
I appreciate it for you coming through any, taking your time and sharing stories with us. But brother, like I said again, keep working at it.
All
Be
right.
patient. And the ones that give you a run around, this is the best way I say, fuck them.
Yeah,
Let's move
that's
on.
all
Keep
right. Yeah,
pushing.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Yeah, let's move
That
on. Keep pushing.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I appreciate you coming through,
Tell Raheem my regard.
man.
Yeah, I see you later. All right, man.
Uh-huh. Yeah. See you later. Okay. My man Raheem just dropped this. He says, George, tell your friend I worked as a talent coordinator for a radio show where I reached out to guests to book them. Some comes on the show, others don't. I don't take it personally. I know that. I think he knows that too. But like I said, he has to really understand that. We gotta give him time. He gets to learn. Also, I'm talking about, yeah, say it like this. Also, in fact, book two Fear Bodybuilding Pros on the radio show both had a great time. I built a great business relationship with them. Well, Raheem, if they're interested, if you're not dropping any names, you can, hey, who they are. Maybe they might interested in doing an interview with me. Let them know, who they are. I might shoot out to them, see if they want to do an interview, Raheem. But I appreciate it. But Liv Roth is a impressive young lady. She's a coach and trainer. She's just in her early 20s. I think she's just 24, 25. She turned pro back in 2019. And Liv has a great look to her. Good aesthetics, very feminine looking. She has a, very athletic background. Here is a picture right here, and I think she probably stayed in figure. I think she probably stayed there for a good while. And maybe she may not move, you know. But like I said, she has good aesthetics. It's hard to be able to move like that with that much muscle, especially as a gymnast. I think she was also a cheerleader in the past, you know. But she has a very good personality. Her and Hunter have a great relationship, you know. But she has a good future, you know. And it's her, and she Hunter has a daughter, so that's the granddaughter of Leela Brada, you know. That's her daughter. I think it's, which is, yeah, I think it's his daughter, I believe, because she's still young. She had a kid very young. She has a good personality about her, great physique, great aesthetics. She has a future. She might be the next. She might take a shot at the title. She might knock Sid Gillen out. Because Sid is getting up there, and I think everybody want to do Miss Figure Olympia competitor. But like I said, it's all about the timing. My man Justin says, Liv is interesting. Yeah, yeah. But I think another competitor in the figure division that I think she could have a shot, you know, in taking down Sid Gillen. And we got here, and that is Lola Montez. And I know I did an interview with Jasmine Lee. She said that she loves Lola Montez. And Lola has an amazing physique, a great look to her, great aesthetics. Here's a picture of her. You know, you know. I mean, wow. I mean, wow. I mean, well, ooh, she has an amazing body. You know, uh, she's been a multiple-time Olympic competitor. She done Olympia twice. Uh, she took second. She took third. Behind Jessica. Um, you know, Reyes. You know, she's a mother because she has two kids. She's from Canada. You know, um, Lola's pretty impressive. There's a good chance that she might make a return for Olympia. Um, she might even do pretty good. You know, um, what's this? Says, is she IFP pro? Oh, you can talk about Liv. Liv is a pro. Justin, she turned pro about 4 years ago. You know, she's a pro. Also, what is petty? You know what petty is. He just be, how KL is. He be his feelings sometimes. Um, Lola is a diamond of ebony muscle and figure, and she does pretty good. Also says, he says also this. Wait a minute. George, are reading past messages I wrote. Yeah, yeah, because I was talking to your what's face, so I'm reading the messages now. So, don't mind. You don't like it, you can go away. Her presentation is on spot on, okay, We got here somebody just came in late in the scene of the crime. What up and salute. That's my man Balls Deep. Just coming in at the scene of the crime. He says also Chicago in here. Yeah, Chicago's in here. He says uh smash the like button. I appreciate that. He also says how was your Easter? It was all right. Went to my sister had a little get together with the dad. Saw some people I hadn't seen in a while. That's about it. And got some food. And also he says, peace and blessings to the chat. Okay, appreciate that to you. Balls deep. And he also says, you are a funny dude. You must be talking balls deep. Thank you, Justin. But Lola is pretty impressive. You know, Some say she could probably go over to women's physique. I think this is I talk about this how there's a good chance they might close out the physique division and meld it into more to like you know the figure division and push the physique division into up to women's bodybuilding. But I don't know. A lot of competitors look more like they could be physique figure competitors more than physique. Some physique competitors look more like they could be bodybuilders. But Lola, she has a great. She's social media busy. She has over nearly 2,000 followers. It's hard to get to talk to the ones that have that many followers because they usually are busy on social media. She's very aesthetically attractive, great muscles, great look to her. I know a lot of you guys like someone like you know Lola. And my man Justin says ball geese, you try Schmo. I don't know what he's talking about. You know, But Lowe's another one who could do pretty good next year. She took third at the Olympia. She kind of climbed up. I think she was like, um, you know, he corrected himself. He says, "Balls deep, you're a true smo." You know, but yeah, Lola is impressive. You know, but how she's gonna play next year? Hope she does well. She might pick a show. She lives in Canada. She might try to do the Island show, or she might do the Toronto. She might come over here. She usually competes in the States every now and then, or she could go overseas and compete. You know, actually, as you know, she is top. She's number three, so she don't have to do any show. I forgot she is. As you know, all the other divisions except for men's bodybuilding and I think 212, they don't have to. It's top five, and Lola's number three. That means that she don't have to do any other show. She can just sit and just do Olympics. She can do a show for the hell of it. So there's more shows for women's for figure than for physique and for women's bodybuilding. So she can do a show just the hell of it. I know it's gonna piss off some competitors saying you already qualified for the Olympia. So why do the Olympia where you already qualified? But it's just to keep busy, like how Natalia was doing. She was doing like 4 or 5 shows after the 2021 Olympia, and then she wins the Olympia. Maybe just to be busy. Jessica Padilla does the same thing too. Jessica Padilla, she's qualified and she's competing, 3 or 5 shows. I know it's a way to get the judges' attention, but at the same time, that's for those divisions that have more shows compared to women's bodybuilding, which is only about maybe, truthfully, 9 or 10, no, actually 8 or 9 Olympic qualifications. You know, truthfully, if there was like at least they would say 15, 16 shows in women's bodybuilding, in which other competitors say, what, I'll qualify for Olympia this show. Let me do this show just for the hell of it. That could be good. But the fact is, if you do that, that cut down the numbers of competitors for the Olympia. And then they're going to use this excuse, even though Jake Wood owns the Olympia now, you know, they would say use excuse like this is the reason we can drop women's bodybuilding. There's not enough competitors. So I think that's why people like Andrea should step away from the Olympia, from the Rising Phoenix, and just focus. But if they can give the money, like I won't say Big Ramy or Heidi Chopin, but at least come on, give Andrea at least a nice 100K or maybe 200K. She went to do the Rising Phoenix. Yeah, she skip it. Let someone else take the opportunity to get a qualification. And also, all people who are qualified for the Olympia, you shouldn't do the Rising Phoenix. Let this as an opportunity, open show opportunity. Don't be an invite like the All Switch Classic. Be an opportunity for competitors to compete in the World Bodybuilding Championship. I know I know people say, hey, the best of people. The fact is, women's bodybuilding has so few shows. So few moments. We don't even have Savannah this year. I would say take a step back so you get other competitors the opportunity to see, so again, expand numbers. So we wouldn't have so few women bodybuilding shows at the Olympia. Oh, wait, if some more, like I said, if more promoters can step up and get the opportunity to win bodybuilding, I would love to see that. But Lola's pretty impressive. She might do a couple of shows just for the hell of it. She might not. Some like Jessica Padilla, she's qualified, but she'll probably still do a couple of shows just for the hell of it because she wants to be active. She won a qualification, one show, and she do shows just for the hell of it. And that same thing, I think Lola might do the same thing too, like how Natalia did. But the fact is, they have more shows in women's bodybuilding. That's why I think women's bodybuilding. If you're competitive, already get your qualification. Don't do no other show. Just sit back, Wait to do the Olympia. Don't even do the Rising Phoenix. Sit back and wait for the Olympia. You have the women's body back Olympia. You should just do it. Just do it for the hell of it, because you're gonna take a spot away from somebody. There's gonna be so few women and women's body back Olympia, so few. So because we don't have point qualification anymore. So that's it. That's fair. Let me say, unite. Stay together. So, folks, there's so many we would like to talk about, but I don't want to hold your time up. I want to give you opportunity. You see, my man says, let me ask you a question, George. Do you think Cindy Gillen can get 8-figure Olympia titles? She could, because she's on number 6 now. She's on number 6 now. If she wins this year, it'll be number 7, and then she wins 24. That'll be number 8. That means she tied with Linda Murray for the most Olympia wins for the Olympia for a woman. And she could probably, I don't know, she might even she might even surpass you know, Iris Kyle. Like I said, she's still a young woman. She's married, so that's what. But it's all about if she still want to be focused. If she loses, I think she's gonna step away from bodybuilding, because right now I know her, Andrea, and Whitney are working on something together, because they want to really promote women's bodybuilding. Especially the divisions that's been truly, I say like that. That's been really truly women's bodybuilding. I would say it was women's bodybuilding physique. I wish Sarah Vickers was part of that trio, because that would have been great. But Sarah, she got her own money. She got double pockets. She got a rich husband. But guys, there's impressive women all coming up for this season. Some women who are legends coming back, some newcomers, some women who are stepping up and giving opportunities. We're gonna have some people we're not gonna see this year. With the loss of some women stepping away from medical reasons, retirements. Some women who say they just want to take the time to stew a little bit, and try to make some adjustments for the next upcoming year. But they're pretty impressive. Man, Justin just dropped this. He says, I know Sarah Vickers is upset of her loss at the 2022 at 22 Olympia, because she's so determined. Yeah, she's tough. I mean, she beat Shanique. And some people say she just came out of nowhere. She beat Shanique, and especially when Natalia was trying to beat her, because Natalia lost to her back in 2020, about 2019, tried to beat her in 2020, and then lose in 2021. And Shanique. The big question is she gonna come back? What I'm seeing for Shanique looks like she might be doing. She might be thinking about doing wellness. There's no Shanique shoe tie. She wouldn't compete because she want to start a family. That's been about 3 years ago. And from what I heard, her and her boyfriend broke up. She's working as a waitress at a strip club. And from what I follow her on social media, she looks like she might be thinking about doing wellness. She's lost a good amount of muscle, but she still got enough for where she can, come in good condition. But it's about what she wants to do. She says Sarah beat Shanique by 1 point. That was a short margin. Who was that judge? I know Shanique want to be like, who's that judge? Be like, who couldn't give me the extra point? Yeah, that was a close call. But I think it was Sarah because, and like I said, I'm not a big fan of Sarah. I respect her as a person who's been doing some good work for women's bodybuilding, for bodybuilding in general. Stepping up, offering prize money especially for a division. I mean, I would love to see if some women like Shanique Grant or some others had deeper pockets. I would love to see them step up a little more. But I know, we saw this. He says, I think Sarah got lucky in 2020. She did, but hey, she kept that luck in 2021. But only thing she did was just she listened to other people what they need to tell her. Say, hey, she's coming a little soft, a little more feminine, and that hurt her in 2022. She came in a little softer. Where Natalia came in huge and hard. So but it's just about where you want to go, how you want to do it. Like I said, guys, I do appreciate y'all coming through and giving your comments and your thoughts. The season, like I said, we're anxious for this upcoming season. We're anxious to see what women's bodybuilding can be like for 2023. Just in general, just women's bodybuilding as a whole, not just women's bodybuilding, the open class, I call it, physique, figure, even divisions like fitness, wellness, and bikini. It's part of bodybuilding, even though it's not really bodybuilding. But we're just on this path of wait and see what we're going to get for the season. 2023, we're already 4 months in. You know, most shows don't really, the more bigger shows don't start till about later in the spring and into the summer. And we have the Olympic coming out in November. Uh, it's just, there's a lot to go on through this, and like I said, I'm as a content maker on bodybuilding, especially women's bodybuilding, I'm just excited. I would love to, like I said, I was hoping maybe go see a show this year, but financial constraints, I have to fix a car, other things now. I guess I'm gonna try to save some money and maybe go next year. I had a lady say she wanted me to come see a show in Tampa. One lady wanted me to come see her in Atlanta. One lady wanted to come see in Chicago. If I had deep pockets, I would love to travel to those other places and go see these ladies up close and personal, but I can't. I live on a meager monthly dirge of Social Security. I don't get that much, and by the time I pay my bills and like that, and anything like emergency comes up, I'll be broke. Right now, I'm about broke right now. But if I start saving now, and like I said, my sister, she carries me on her taxes. She gives me some money on taxes. I use that tax money to fix my car. And if I can keep the little extra tax money, I'm planning. I got a niece. I talked to her. She was down here this weekend for for Easter, and she told me, hey, whenever you want to come down here, all you gotta do is like catch her and her mama, because sometimes she come down here and she'll go back to Atlanta. I can catch her ride. I can see on a price cost of a something I was saying, cost of a train, cost of a motel, and I have some pocket change. So I said, I just want to, I just got to pay for my tickets. And I figured the Atlanta show is 2 days, so probably got to pay. Well, I just probably just buy the tickets for the show of women's bodybuilding, and that's it. I don't know, I might try to buy a ticket for, but that'd be too much. So I'd say about just focus on women's bodybuilding. For that show, just probably just chill out and just check out the you know, so I just saw depending, like I said. But I'd like to thank y'all for coming through. I like my man KL coming through. Brother, you just take my advice. Honestly, take my advice. If you're gonna do something like that, pay these ladies, set up a contract that say, hey, I'm gonna pay you. I got a contract, because that's like the thing. You're doing a deal. Also be patient. And also the ones that waste your time, move on. Like Raheem said, move on to the next one. Like my man Jay-Z says, on to the next one. But like I said, I'd like to thank y'all for coming through, listen to me. Shout out to my man, the Hand of the Emperor. He'll be back next Monday. I hope I don't have to, because like I said, to like later on, in about another 20 some minutes, I have to call in to see if I got to do jury duty, because it's already 5 o'clock. That's why I got to get off, and then I got to call in to see if I got to do jury duty or not. I'll cross my fingers I don't have to. I'm cross my fingers and pray I don't have to do jury duty. And I hope it's only just for that week, so I can do my MuscleTalk Monday for next Monday. If not, well, I'll just push it back, and if I get back at home, maybe do a late, like about 7, 8 o'clock MuscleTalk Monday in the evening time. Because I still want to keep it up. But if y'all guys got something you want to talk about, a person we want me to talk about here, let me know. And I'll have to talk about it. Hoping I might have an interview coming up. This weekend. I gotta reach out to these ladies and see if they're still interested. Sorry, my stomach is growling. I'm about time. It's time for me to eat. But I do appreciate you coming through. My man Balls D coming in here. Ashley for Ashley Corners are coming through. Justin Walker, my man Raheem Hamilton. Sean McMillan, brother, thanks for coming through. Lar, long time no see. Hope you're doing good. All you fans of sport of women's bodybuilding, thank you for support. Thank you for supporting my channel. I wish you best of luck. Enjoy the rest of this Easter Monday you have left. Enjoy that time. And it's gonna be a while if we get another holiday. I think we got Memorial Day coming up next month. Next month is Mother's Day. I'm gonna do some comparisons dedicated to female bodybuilders who are mothers. I do that every year because I think I'm a fan of these ladies. I respect their compassion and work and how they have to make the time for the sport of bodybuilding. It's tough. It's tough. So anyway, like I said, I thank my man Raheem for coming through. I like to thank my man KL, everybody else who came through, for watching my content and subscribing, share, like, subscribe, comment. Just show appreciation. I really appreciate you. You appreciate me. Anyway, this is me all the way to page, aka the Emperor of Female Bodybuilding Talk. Don't like, subscribe. I am out. Enjoy. Have a happy Easter Monday, and I'll see you next time.